Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to Royal Blu FX. This is just a continuation of the last Forex weekly review and analysis. Um, as I mentioned, the last video we were doing the US 30 index, and today and right now I'm actually going to be doing the USD Mexican. So without any further ado, here we go. All right, so we did a lot of scalping on this currency pair. Um, we went like ultra low on in terms of the time frames, and I think we started we started from the higher time frames, obviously. And I noticed that we had a high and then the low price was just bullish from here. As you can see, there's so much order flow happening here, right? So once we were at this area here when we marked out our supply zones. I noticed the price was pushing up. Price, as you can see on the lower time frame, is bullish. So we were looking for buys, and so we went all the way down to the 5-minute and then 3-minute to analyze to see what's happening. Now you can see that we're obviously ultra scalping here. Like this is scalping on the 5-second, like scalping. So once we were here at this point, we're looking for price to reverse, and we saw that price was bearish, right? It's just doing a retracement after this break of structure. Price did react off of a order block right over here. Oops, I don't know, that's green. And then price then made the famous chotch that we see here. Price broke below, then price broke back above. I was looking for the markets to buy here in this order block here. Price obviously or evidently just shot up here, and while it was shooting, I was looking to catch some trades even on the lower time frames on the 5-second. So what I did was I just went here simply, and we were here, right? I was on the 1-minute, and then we were just looking for for trades to catch. As you can see here, I marked out the chotch as well here. So we're looking for the buys either on this area, this order block here, or this one right over here. Price already mitigated this area, not to the full extent, because we still have this area here where price could come initially and go for the buys. But we were looking at this area here where price has mitigated. So price touched here. I didn't do anything, obviously, because we waited for the next push. And then let me see what happened here. Let me just populate this quickly. All right, yeah, so I was marking our highs and our lows quickly. Once price got up to this area, of course, I was waiting for another order block. I marked out the last down candle, and I was looking for, I guess I was looking for here, I was looking for a sell, because I was looking at this supply area here to sell off. Now, this is a bit risky because you don't know what, you can't confirm if the market's ever going to go down, right? The markets could just come and react off to the supply area, then shoot up like this, and I would have then, gotten screwed here. So instead, what I was doing was I was waiting for complete confirmation, obviously. So knowing that this is a supply area here, I was looking for some sort of not a sell-off trade, a trade that would just go all the way down here, because I knew that the higher time frames was already bullish, and I was just looking to have a reaction in the market. So this supply area here is giving us a reaction, which would be, a target here for us. We wouldn't, if it didn't break this low here, then I wouldn't be able to look for targets, at this low, because obviously you can see here price is rather bullish. So why should I be targeting this low? So my psychology behind this was, okay, well, if it's reacting off to this supply demand here, then this is pretty much just a reaction that I'm selling off to at this demand order block right here. So price kept going. What I was looking for was a reversal in the market, a change of character. We were at this high, at this very high here. Price didn't break the supply area. So what we saw here was, our chotch. Again, there's a break above and there's a break below. So I was looking for, yeah, just barely, as you can see here, just barely broke with the wick. Wicks are still breaks of structure, although at times I don't count wicks as breaks normally, but in this case, you know, it was rather risky again, like as I mentioned. But it is a break, and nonetheless, and I was waiting for price to come and tag this high here. I set my risk to reward ratio here, and I don't know why I didn't have this high here. It's like this. I mean, it was actually right there, but I'm just extending it right here to the 50%. This is my 50% tool here. And as I was waiting for price to come and tag me, of course it never did that. Here's that full break of structure, that chotch that we had here and here. We had the break of the high and the break of the low, and now we needed to wait to see what price would do here. Price could have easily just sold off from this last up candle, right? This last up candle could have easily just gone like this and gone down, right? But my expectation was really just to wait for price to come up here, because now we marked what is called inducement or liquidity as well, and we waited for price to come and tag us in the trade. As it did so, price took out that liquidity, that inducement, and started reversing the markets from here. So here's where I had some assurance that price was indeed going down based off of this chotch up here and this chotch below. So that's what we're looking for. So now it's really just to entrust in the market and see what the market would do from here. Once we had this other chotch, a break above, and this chotch below, again, what was I looking for? Another sell-off right over here. Simply because price is reversing. It's changing its character. While people are trying to buy here, people aren't understanding, other traders aren't understanding that this is actually a sell-off, right? And so I was looking for a sell here the whole time. I was waiting for the sell over here. Price didn't come up just yet, although I do see my the other risk to reward ready to take, ready to snipe if prices ever came up there. But nothing came up there, and then once price was presenting itself here, I realized that price is weak, right? Price isn't able to push up here, and we're rather close to our destination. So I look to take another sell based off of this chotch area here, but I didn't take a sell just yet. As you can see what's happening here, price wicked above, and we're looking for a break below like it did so, and here's where the sell-off would happen now. We have a chotch above and a chotch below, and then price then just started going down to our as our expectations. I believe we took these on the 5 seconds, so yeah, bear here with me. Yeah, we took these in the 5 seconds. So we had a great risk to reward here. We had a 14.7, a 14.1, sorry, and a 9.0. And I believe we're on the 5 seconds, not 15 seconds. There you go. Now, yes, it's very pixelated, or the structure is very pixelated, I guess, or whatever. It's very thin. There's a lot of spaces, a lot of gaps, as you can see. And if anyone tells you guys otherwise in terms of don't trade the lower time frames, don't trade the 1 minute, that's a bunch of BS, because you can. Structure is structure at the end of the day if you know how to trade this stuff. So, so let's continue from here. So as you see here, we were having this low and this high. So what do we see here? Price is still expected to push up. My expectation here was to wait for our chotch. Change of character. We had a break below. Now we had to wait for the break above for the reversal. Unfortunately, at this time, I didn't have any buys looking. I wasn't looking for buys here, or maybe I just didn't buy anything at all. I did, however, look to sell off here, which is very risky again, because I was looking for the buy right here. Okay, although there's two areas for the buys. Well, here's one, obviously, as you can see. I had my demand area ready to go, and then this already got tested, so it was very unclear at this point, where the last demand was, because I can't really see it. I mean, you can see it clearly from this high to this low, and this could be an easy, break and retest, as those retail traders call it, right? A break and retest, and the price could push up here. But I don't remember what happened here exactly. I don't know if I had a TP. I think I had a break even on this one. Let me see. Yeah, let's see. Yeah, I had a break even on this one because there was no way for price to come all the way down to this area. And the reason why I call it a break, or why I took the sell, I'll explain two things. The reason why I took the sell is because we were bearish on this leg here, right? And price did come up, taking out all this liquidity, taking all this liquidity here. So my expectation was, okay, well, if it's taking liquidity, it's just going to push price down, right? Well, no, that's not the case, because if you clearly remember what I stated here to the left, you can see here to the left, this low was never violated. It was never broken. So why in the world should I be looking for sells here when this low was never violated, right? Price was just bullish, and you can easily see that this move here just broke entire structure, right? Taking all this liquidity, and now it's time for us to look for the buys. I should have been looking for buys right here in this area. Now, looking at this area here, you can clearly see that we had liquidity, right? This is what I like to call, what other traders like to call a flip zone as well. So this was liquidity taken out and the flip, or the D flip for demand flip, right? Because what's happening is demand took over, and then the flip of this high, reversed from this high and this high. It looks like a double top, right? And then price, I should have been looking for areas to buy in here, right here. And this is where I would have easily looked to enter after a tranche here and a tranche here. My buys would have been right here to take off, but that's not what I did. So it's very crucial and important to look at structure, obviously, as that's what drives our, trades. I mean, what really drives the trades or the market is liquidity, right? But liquidity can always be taken out at certain times in moments. It doesn't always have to be taken out right away. It can be saved for later. Like right here, for example, markets created liquidity. Markets didn't go up and come down and take the liquidity, then go up, So it's really just the key point here is to really look at market structure and direction and the trend. That's it. Okay, once price was here, price just took off. And now we're looking to mark our areas, right? We had this area as our last down move, right? Last down move here, because it broke structure right here. Okay, and so we're looking for something for the markets to come down to this order block or to this order block to react off of. As any trader should, you should always adapt to the markets. Don't always stick to this and just wait for the markets to come. I mean, it's good practice to wait, for these order blocks to be tagged in, right? Or for the markets to come and mitigate. But it's also good practice to understand that you don't always have to wait for these places to be mitigated, even though it's the best. That's even the best thing to do. It's the most safest thing to do. But what I like to do at Royal Blu FX is to obviously to adapt to what the market's doing. So here, obviously, you can tell it was a buy. I didn't look to buy here at all. Price took out liquidity here, as you can see, and then reacted off to this order block and then took off. I was looking to still look for buys here, although I don't think I didn't take any buys here yet, so I'm going to fast forward this this here for a second. Let's go a little faster here. Okay, as you can see, price is reacting like crazy around here. Okay, as you can see, we had the sweep of the lows here. Okay, we had liquidity sitting right here from this low, and liquidity was swept. As you can see, I was looking for the markets to tap in here, but it never did. And sometimes markets just never come and tap at these order blocks. So, I would have been able to take this buy here to target this high if markets ever came to this order block, but never did. So again, I'm just adapting to what's happening in here, right? If the market hasn't tapped this order block, so now I'm adapting to what's happening. I clearly see the whole story here. I see that liquidity was taken out here and here. and I saw the break of structure here. I saw the chotch. This price was mitigated here, although I was looking for this move here to come and mitigate this order block. It never happened, so we were just waiting for it again. We're waiting for the markets to come at this side here. Now, obviously, price shot here. It was too aggressive. I was not. Then I changed my mind. I was like, okay, I'm not going to buy here. Obviously, had it stopped and gave me a doji wick or something, some sort of rejection, I would have looked for the buys to continue on. Same thing with this move here. I was looking to. I saw this demand area here take off fast. This wick also was an area where price took off fast. So I was looking for buys anywhere in this area, and as any trader should do, isn't to take trades very aggressively, very risky. This was a very risky trade still, nonetheless. It was a risky trade. It was a risky and a safe trade, but I'll tell you why it's a risky trade first. It's a risky trade because price just broke above the structure here, and there's no knowing, if price is going to break below here, right? We don't know if price is actually going to end up at this order block, like break this low, So this was a very risky trade nonetheless, but it did play out very nicely. I'll show you guys. So we took a buy here, and then price started to shoot up from here, like this. So that played out well. Now the market's created more liquidity here for us. So I'm thinking, okay, well, if price goes up, it's taking out all this liquidity from here, and then it's just going to start shooting down here and taking me out here, which again, isn't the best trade, as I mentioned, but I'm seeing the whole story in here. I'm adapting to the market, and now we come to this point here where I'm looking to enter safely due to the fact that we had a change of character here. So this move here, this break of structure, confirmed my intelligence and my peace of mind to say, okay, then this is definitely a buy, and so we're definitely going to be buying here. And so this is what we did. We took a buy here, and then price just shot up, and that's what gave me my peace of mind. I was like, oh, phew, great. I'm glad this worked out. But it worked out based off of not of luck. It worked out because, again, we were analyzing structure. We were analyzing the whole story of the markets. We see liquidity was taken out. We saw higher highs moving, break of structure, okay, and we saw reversals in the market, which are our change of characters. So this was a good play out nonetheless. It wasn't anything. It wasn't a gambling experience or any of that sort. So so we hit our targets actually right up here, these highs, and then once that happened, we were gone from here. Let me see, was it that high? Yes, it was. There we go. I was like, I'm pretty sure it hit this high. Now what's happening here is the market's touching this major supply area. We had two supply zones on the higher time frame, and it's touching our other one here. So I don't know what the real expectation is here. Maybe price is going to start switching down. I don't know. Sometimes it's best to wait and not to trade. It's best to wait and not to trade than to trade at all times, right? So at this case, this idea here is we need to be waiting to see what's happening. We don't know if price is going to shoot above the supply zone or if price is just going to break below structure here. So this is what I had to really do. What I had to do was just really wait and see what the expectation for this market was. So as you can see here, price was shooting below, right? It reacted off to a demand area here. I don't know why my demand area is gray. It should be blue. I think I was just analyzing this fast and not paying attention. It reacted off to this area here. I didn't do any trades. I didn't take any trades, obviously. But then I saw, okay, well, price broke structure here. It also did a chotch. You can see the chotch above, the chotch below. Generally speaking, I'd like to take trades from this high here, from this supply area, nothing below here. If you can see this high and this low here, this tool here is very helpful, obviously, to understand that, this is our discounted area. This is our premium level here. So if anything, you should always take trades at the premium level, never at the discount, because the discount gives you less of a quality of a trade. And I don't know what happened here. I'm pretty sure I lost the trades here. If not, oh no, I guess I did. Huh. Okay, so I was targeting everything here, but as you can see though, let me just confirm and show you guys something here. There's a higher high happening here. Sorry, a low that sorry, a high that's happening higher than this, right? So why in the world would I be taking a sell here when really, I'm looking for a clean break of structure, something like this to happen, right? It has to break that structure like so, come back up, and then touch our supply, and then move lower. But that's not what I did, of course. I took a sell, and I was being very, weird about this. Look at this. Kind of messy. It's funny. The markets are actually going towards, see what I'm talking about? Look at that. I took 3 trades here. Now, it's 3 L's, obviously. We had 1% on each trade. 1% or nothing. Obviously, we were controlling our risk at all costs. At the end of the day, once we take, the real correct trade, right? Price is just going to reward us with all the losses that we've taken, and then we'd be break even. If not break even, we'd be in profit, as always. So once price got up here, price reacted to my supply area, which is what I expected. And then we took the sell rather aggressively, which is okay at some points. But we could understand here we had a change of character. Right here, there was a low, there was a high. So it wasn't just this low, it was this low and this high. I should have put a chotch right on this line here. So this confirmed my sell-off from here. And price just took out all this liquidity, right, to fuel up this next move going back down. We had a perfect void of the market in here, as you can see, and price fulfilled this void to continue the push to the downside. So let's see what happens here. Okay, price ever so slightly broke. Here, I was really trying to watch what was happening here in the markets. I was looking to target this demand level because price, again, is very bullish. As you can see here, price never broke this low. So we marked out our, relevant order blocks from the demand level. Price broke here, and we just stayed into the trade until price just tagged the, order block, and then we were out on this trade as soon as price tagged us. And we got out of here. I could have stayed on longer if I wanted to, but I didn't want to. I was feeling like, okay, well, price could just start shooting up from here and start pushing up, and why risk more than I should, right? I could have taken some partials out here, and then let the rest run to see if maybe we can squeeze some extra, money out of the market and maybe tap this order block. So that was another scenario. But I took everything out. As you can see here, here's a high, here's a low. Price should evidently still push low if it wants to. You can see there's a slight change of character, a chotch here. So there's a huge potential or interest maybe that price could potentially push back up from here based off of this order block. And if not, if it doesn't, it probably just took out liquidity from here and then pushing the markets low. Now, as you can see here, price is still respecting this low, which means price could still go up from here. We don't have any confirmation of here. Obviously, you can't really see too much. That's the bad thing about the 5-second market, obviously. Here we have a change of character. Price might reverse here, tap maybe something here and push up maybe even higher. But as you can see here, here's a high, and here's a lower high, and here's a higher high, right? So I don't think we should be looking for buys anytime soon here, just as of yet. Well, there you go. See, and there you go. So the buys did happen. Price mitigated this level here. You could have looked for the sell-off right here to target the last demand area. But just as I broke it down to you guys, that's how the market structure works. Here, let's go quite fast on here because we didn't take any trades here. All right, I hope you guys are enjoying this video and are understanding sort of our mythology in terms of trading, because it's very fruitful and amazing, once you understand what we understand and how we analyze everything. Okay, so let's get to this point here. We were seeing that, and here's the bad thing about the bad thing of, I don't know what was happening here, why I didn't take this buy, but I clearly had the order blocks, the demand levels outlined here. So again, I don't know why I didn't take any buys here. It's pretty bad that I didn't take anything, but the market did push up, and that's you miss trades, and you miss trades sometimes in the market, right? And what's funny is I'm taking harder trades, which is a sell, instead of looking for the actual buy, pushing upwards, right? The uptrend. So I was taking quite, interesting trades here against the trend, which is counter trend trading, which we'll talk about later. All right, so price got up to here. We had this other low that was never violated. Right? And we're looking for this pullback. I didn't mark out any of these order blocks here for some weird reason. We had an area where price could come here and easily go up here. I was looking at this area because this was interesting. We had a change of character here. We also have the flip, which means we're looking for buys here. Although this may have been I forget if I made any money. Yeah, see what happened? Actually, no, I didn't take a buy here. I didn't take a buy here because I had this set up. And the reason for that is because price never wicked, never did anything, never stopped, right? It stopped for a little bit, it paused, but it never gave us a wick or some sort of rejection or a doji candle, so I didn't take this buy. So I let this one go. And then now what we're waiting for is for markets to start becoming bullish here. And let me see, I didn't take any buys here, evidently, because I wasn't looking for buys, I guess, at this time. Unfortunately for me, I was looking for sells again, and this is the tough thing about markets or about my decision sometimes, or about traders sometimes, is that, counter trend trading is more harder than looking for trend trading opportunities. So don't do what I do, but I do it sometimes based off of trying to challenge myself to make sure I know what I'm doing correctly, following market structure, following what's happening in this swing, I took a sell here, and I was waiting for a few things. We had a flip here, and I don't know why I didn't take the sell, but I should have. And we had the chaunch here and the chaunch here. Price mitigated, took that sell, right? Went down. I was waiting for this buy over here, or the sell, sorry. Now notice how kind of dumb and stupid this is at the same time. I'm taking a very aggressive sell here. We had liquidity taken. We had a break of structure, okay? It's not the worst, but it's not the best either, because price isn't a sell down here. It's still bullish, by all means. See, the market structure is still bullish. And here's my smart booty looking to sell here and, profit from this market here. And this is the funny thing. It's not bad that we took a sell there. You could have taken a sell and be done with the markets here, because you can clearly see the order block here and order blocks here, right? But my dumb butt was looking to continue selling when price is still bullish, and this is what happens, right? We took a break even on this trade, so we got out of this trade. The idea is to see the whole market's direction, because if you don't see the whole market's direction, you're going to be stuck, and you're going to be, you're going to be losing your entire account or your entire trade. So that's why it's important to look at direction. So we took an L on this one. Let's fast forward here. And again, it's just 1%. It's not my whole entire account or what have you. Okay, so here's where I should have been looking for a buy. I don't know why I didn't look for buys, but would have been nice to, based off of this low. This was our last low. We have this other low as well. Now, you could be playing, you don't have to take a buy here, obviously. But one thing you must know is when price meets a low in a low like this, and you have this last low down here, price is creating liquidity for you to be taken out. It's a setup, obviously. They're setting you up, juicing you up. So, we're waiting for this, for the markets obviously to go back up to this order block. I was looking for a sell here because we're still in the supply zone here, and we had so much rejection here from this high to this high to this high. You can see that there's a lot of liquidity, sell side liquidity here. This sell side liquidity was taken out by this guy right here. It was taken out right here. So I saw, okay, well, there's a lot of weak lows, weak highs. So we need to, these are strong highs actually. But we're looking for the sell-off now. We had a huge break of structure here, our famous chotch, right? Break above, break below, waiting for price to come back up. I outlined our liquidity areas where price has liquidity. Even here, actually, to be honest, we have a trend line liquidity, and then just waited patiently for the markets to come up there and look for the sell-off. If price reacted to this high here and started breaking structure like this, then I would understand. I would readjust and readjust my trade from here to down here, but that's not what happened. It respected that high, and of course, what do I do again? I take a complete sell-off here. Now, again, this isn't too aggressive. It is aggressive, but it's not as safe as a confirmation entry. A good confirmation entry would be where price taps your supply or demand area at this point, supply, break structure like this, give us that famous chotch, and then look to sell it off from here again. But I just took quite an aggressive entry here. But not to say that I don't know what I was doing. I already saw what was happening here and here prior to taking this trade. Of course, I had a lot of time to analyze the market and its behavior, gathering its footprints and everything like that to understand the whole idea of the market's movement. So we took the sell. Obviously, you can see here we had a change of character. Here's our confirmation. I could have looked for another entry. I didn't at the time. I was just saying, okay, let's just hold this trade and good luck. Look at that. Price pressing up so fast. And then, I was just holding it. We're holding it until price comes and touches this low. As you can see here, price takes out liquidity, and this is what makes me happy. Like, oh man, it's so refreshing when you see something push this far, this fast, right? So we're just holding onto this trade. We're looking for other entry opportunities. As you can see, after this low was violated from this high, sorry, let me see, from this low. Yeah, it was this low, this high, this low. Then there was another low. There was no highs violated up here. So, but other than this substructure movement, this minor structure from here and here. So it would have been nice to see the markets come up here somewhere and then play off and push down, but I don't think it did that. Maybe it did, I don't know. Okay, so I didn't take any sells from up here, obviously. Although I could have seen this unmitigated area here and still taken a sell if I wanted to. I trusted in the process of this market holding this trade. I saw the chotch here and here, so this is considered a footprint in the market for us. And then we waited for the price to pull back up. Right here, I think. Yes. All right. Price broke structure here and here. We saw that this is the last up move before the down happened. There was two areas. This is 1 and this is 2. So there's structure, an order block here that price could have easily come up and then taken a sell from there, right? But we took a sell from here, trusting the process and waiting for the markets to take a TP on this one. There we go. Took a TP on there and we finished our trade there. And that was a good payoff. Market created liquidity, so market could have easily come up and tap this liquidity and then take the sell, because this area here is also an area of interest, as you can see. Price did come up and then push down fast, came up and pushed down fast again. So market can do whatever it wants to do, right? So this was rather a successful trade. Yeah, and let's go into the next ones. I was taking a break, I guess, at this time, and then just waiting for, you know, more signs, I guess, for us to trade. I guess at this time I was looking for a buy, because we had our chotch here. I was looking for a buy. I would have looked for a buy here, I guess. This is a down candle. Then we did have a chotch here as well. We had a break below, break back above. So markets could have easily come back down, although they haven't. And as you can see, based off of the market's you know, behavior right now. And at this point, I guess I wasn't doing anything else from here. It was probably cooking or something. Let's fast forward here. Okay, so when I analyzed the chart, we were still in our supply area, the major supply zone on the higher time frame. Yet we do see price pushing off from here. And this is the funny thing. Why didn't I buy? Why didn't I look for buys over here to take, you know, advantage of this huge, you know, momentum? Sometimes I don't. Sometimes I ask myself why. You know, it's not bad to look for counter trends. You just have to know why and when. Like, why should I take it? Why is it happening? You know. But I should have rather thought about looking at the major trend's direction, and to look for buying opportunities there. You can see here we had the chotch here and here, although it never broke this high. So price you know, dumped here, obviously. Price respected this low still. It broke, right? It was kind of unsure of, though, too, because price is still bearish all the way here. Price needed to break this high, which it did, and we would have looked. It would have been nice to look for some buys here, buying opportunities. The price never did that. It never met there. So that's why, you know, taking a buy here from this chotch would have been too aggressive, because we're still bearish, as you can see. You know, price is creating trendline liquidity, and you know, even though this is still a break on the higher time frame, although this move here is just a liquidity sweep. You know, but who do you know? How do you know, right? I mean, you know, we don't know that's the case. You know, we have to wait for confirmations. This is still our major supply, which the sell-off could have happened here easily. So we were just we weren't trading anything at this time, I guess. So once price got up here, we had another area of a major demand area pushing above. We were going to be selling it off to this demand area. I held the trade only to this area. I could have held it here. I don't know why I didn't, because it just makes sense for price to push, to break above, and to push all the way down to your major structure. Now, I do know why it took it here, actually. We had a major break, and then price could have reacted off to this demand level and pushed price back up, and then come back down to the order block. So that's why I didn't take this sell all the way down here. So I took a sell from this area right here. We saw that we had inducement. Oops, right here, inducement. Price took out this liquidity, and we just took the sell, a safe sell here, and then we hit that TP, and we finished with a beautiful 9%, and we were out of the market. And then from this point, we were just kind of waiting to see what markets would do. We're seeing that price was going all the way down to our order block right there, and price tapped. So now I'm thinking, okay, great. Price did tap our order block. I need to wait for the major chotch to happen, as you can see placed here and here. This is the dumb part of me. I don't know what I was doing here, why I'm thinking it's a buy all of a sudden here, because price didn't actually break the highs here, right? And this is what you never do. I took, let me see, did price ever break here? Let's see. Yeah, see, price never broke above, but I was assuming, well, it did and it didn't. As you can see, it ever so slightly broke, just kind of skimmed the top, right? So I'm thinking, all right, well, it's a buy, nonetheless. It should be a buy, right? I believe I took this, I know I took this buy. Price went up. Oh, wait. No, I'm sorry. What am I talking about here? I did everything right. I did everything right. I'm sorry, guys. Yeah, everything was fine here. I don't know why I have this all the way up here. Should be down here. Because really our risk was this. I don't know why I had it all the way down. Okay. Anyway, we had our risk to this area. We had the entry made. We held this trade. So this was indeed a break of structure, right? A chotch, a break of structure. We calculated everything right. You can clearly see here we had liquidity and inducement right there. Oh, maybe that's what this line was for, right there. And so price took that liquidity and shot price back up. So we're doing everything right by the book. As you can see here, we had a low, then another high. This low is being respected by this move here. We had our change of character and we took the buy. Let's speed up the process here. I was just waiting for this market to go up. I wasn't taking any other trades. Just wanted to take profit fast. And we did at this point. We had a 25.7% on this trade. So this was a beautiful, beautiful trade taken. Let's continue from here. All right. So notice how price never broke that high, right? Notice this high was never violated, never broke. So this high is actually respected, right? But, oh, now it did. Now it broke. But I'm going to show you guys what I did here. I think something happened here. Something interesting, if I recall this. All right, let's speed up. Let's speed up the process. Here we go. Okay. So what do I do here? I see price took a huge break structure. I see that there's inducement right there. All this liquidity, trendline liquidity has been taken out. You know, this wedge liquidity as well has been taken out right here. So I believe I just took a buy here right away. Not wasting any time, as you can see. This is, however, too aggressive. There's no real chotches happening here, although this is a chotch now. Price broke below, price broke above. Now we're looking for the actual buy from here. And this is when we took these trades and we're like, okay, cool. Well, now it's working out for all the best. And this is where we TP'd again, I believe, at these highs. No? Sorry, we TP'd all the way up there. And we didn't target these highs because we knew price should be, price should be targeting, I guess this, no way, where's that next high? Huh. I guess the market was starting to reverse at that point or something. Let me see. Fast forward here. Okay, yeah. So price was starting to reverse around here. We're like, okay, well, we'll get out. That's why we had this extended all the way from here to here. Why is it there? Should be there. So we had 8.8% on this trade and then 7.6% on this trade, which is a very good trade-off, right? Yeah. Man, look at all these trades we've taken, right? I think we're almost close to the end here, guys. So I hope you guys are enjoying this video, seeing how I'm taking all these trades, my mindset, my methodology behind this. Okay. Let's fast forward this. We had a break of structure here. We had another high broken here. So I was looking for a sell-off here. Again, this is very dangerous. But the reason why I was looking for a sell here is because the highs here were strong. The SPY was very strong. Price wasn't violated. And I was looking for sells. Although we're in a buyer's market, I should have never been looking for sells anyway. Should always be looking for buys. Okay. Now notice what I do what I'm doing here. This is very bad. It's good and bad at the same time. It's bad because we're in an uptrend. This low was never violated here, and we're still on uptrend. This high is violated in some cases where the price is taking out the wick, but it could also be a break of structure as well. And we're still in uptrend. So what does my butt do? I look for a sell here. Not to say that it's a bad trade, although, you know, selling against the trend is bad because sometimes markets never work out, you know. But unfortunately for us, we made it there, I think, and we continued, I believe. I held some a little bit more. The reason why, and I'll tell you why I was looking for a sell here in a second once we hit TP here. Right there, okay. Because there was another order block right there where price reacted to right there. Started shooting. Now I should have looked for the buy or taken the buy here, or just waited for the structure to break here, then look for the buy. But I didn't. I was looking for. Oh no, sorry, I did. What am I talking about? The reason why I was looking for the sell here was because we had liquidity here, inducement. So if you look at the higher time frame structure, we had a break of structure. Price needs to come here to test our demand level to take price back up. And many times the market does this. This is called internal liquidity, which we'll talk about later. But price took out this. Price was forming internal liquidity. You can even see this here too. Liquidity is here too. And then price reacted off to this order block right here. Did it shoot up all the way up? Nope. Because this was not an area of demand. You know, as you can see here, this demand didn't really do anything. It didn't really technically break. It broke a little, but it's just like, it's not a confirmed break where price actually shoots up and then comes right back down. So this is kind of irrelevant in terms of seeing this as the actual low. So I just waited. I waited out and saw what price was doing. Created the inducement here. Price broke, gave us that chotch here, right there. I had to look at where the last buy was, which is here. And then inside this buy, I had to look at where the price, which area price never mitigated. Price mitigated this, as you can see. Price never mitigated this after this break. So the only thing that left for me was this area to look at, and potentially this one too. But I disregarded this after we took a sell here. Price touched our order block. Excuse me, guys. And gave us that chotch again. Once that chotch happened, I was in no doubt against what I was thinking in terms of selling, but I took that sell and we profited very nicely at 8.8%. So that was a good one. That was a good trade. Obviously, we're an uptrend from here. We had that chotch. I could have looked for that buy. I should have taken that buy here. Right here, actually. Barely touched. Yeah, it's actually right there. And should have taken that buy. Of course, I didn't. I was just being patient. This could have been just a liquidity, this was a liquidity grab. Took the liquidity, came down, respected the slow, and it's okay not to take the first buy, right? Sometimes you can just wait for the second buy. For me, okay, I believe price did extend. Yes. So we had price extending right here, broke this high, confirmed my entry again, confirmed my, this entry here, and we had inducement again, as you guys can see. Price likes to bunch up together, you know, create a lot of liquidity and break above, taking all this liquidity here, and this here, right? And then once price comes back down to this, takes out more liquidity. Had an unmitigated order block right there, and it's interesting how this place here, this mitigated twice, once and twice, although I entered price once price rejected and started pushing up. So this gave me the conclusion, the evidence to take this buy. We targeted this, and I don't think that's what I thought. That's what happened. Now, you guys might be thinking, well, what happened here? Why did price go down? And I'll tell you guys why in a second. So we had, as you can see, guys, here, order flow is happening here. Okay, this is order flow. Price is starting to change the order flow direction, and this is why it changed direction, right? As I mentioned, this high wasn't really a break of structure. It looks like one, but it isn't. If you zoom out here, you can see that the low is here. This right here, we're playing off of a we're playing off of a discounted area right there. So this is a discount area. This is a premium. So you're going to get less of a quality of trades up in the discount rather than the premium. Premium, you get best quality trades. So that's why that happened, and price didn't really, it wasn't bad, but it's not the best either. You can see price was pushing up here. Price was creating more liquidity here. Took us out, which is totally fine. And then from here on out, I was like, okay, well, it should be a sell because price is coming down to this order block here, right here. So I was taking a sell there quickly. Now, I didn't have to take a sell, but I did based off of what I saw. I could have waited patiently for price to reverse to take price up. We had this low respected, so we hit this area, right? What did we get here? 8.6% on this trade. I was waiting merely for a change of direction here and to see if we could look for buys now. Now, the reason why I was looking for buys here is because price did respect our low, but it never actually broke our high here. And that's okay because my idea was to see where price could potentially target for the reversal. Here's a supply area where price hasn't touched yet. Here's also another supply area where price hasn't touched yet. So we were looking for buys here, as you can see. And we had a small charge here and here. The buys could have happened here. I just didn't do it. We had price extending here once. Here's an order block. Price extends twice. So we're looking for the buy below that liquidity here. Let's see what happens here. Okay, price just about touch. Okay, yeah, there you go. So as you can see here, price was teasing, its inducement here. I knew that price should probably come up here as last move, potentially even push higher to take out this liquidity here. And so we took a buy here, without any hesitation, which is quite aggressive to be honest, but I understood what was happening in this area. An easy confirmation would have been just wait for the breaks to break, then wait for the pullback like this, and then wait for the entry to happen right here. And this was kind of a tricky trade because it was kind of nerve-wracking because I'm like, oh shoot, okay, I guess it's gonna just break below, which would have been, a crappy move on my part. But again, I understood there was supply here. Price pushed once fast. Price pushed extended again. Price pushed the third time. So all I saw was liquidity forming here. No liquidity, blank order block, and then we took the buy from just this one trade. The safest trade would have been here again after that, chotch that we saw here. Prices reversed for us, and it did a great job for us. And then I believe, we stayed in this trade because price was creating liquidity here. Or did we? No, I got out of here actually because this low barely even broke this low, so we got out right here. Wasn't a big risk or big reward for us. I think it was like a 5. Yeah, it was about 5% there, and that's what happened. And then we just let the rest do whatever it needed to do, as it should, like that. Because we know this is counter trend trading now. We're trading against the trend, even though this low wasn't violated just yet. This high wasn't violated either. We needed this high to break to look for the buy like this. But I was trying to be Mr. Smarty Pants to try and see if I could take over the the market this way. All right, we're almost nearing here, guys. I know this has been running too much here. I believe this was the next day here. see what happens here. Okay, we're nearing here and then here. Let's see. Okay. So 5 seconds here. Yeah, I missed a lot of trades. I guess this was the night time maybe, or some early morning. I didn't have the opportunity to trade here. Okay, here we go. Let's see what happens here. Okay, I know I'm gonna be taking a buy somewhere. Okay, as you guys can see here, I have my buy set up ready to go. Price is it's creating a lot of liquidity from the buy side and from the sell side and the buy side. And then I believe at this point I was waiting for price to come back there. Obviously, I don't think it did anything. Or no, did I take a buy here? I don't think I did. Yeah, nothing happened here. Yeah, I remember. Because markets never came down there. So as you can see, this price is just being bunched up like crazy. Apparently I missed this trade sell here. I don't know where it was. Maybe it was here. Maybe here. I don't know. Yeah, it was here. Price took out liquidity and went down. Let's continue here quickly and see if there's any other opportunities that I took. I know I did. Alright, we're almost there. Alright, let's go back down. 5 seconds. There we go. Alright, this is the next day, I believe. So, let's go back on the 5 minute. Okay, I saw that price was still bullish here. We saw that there was liquidity running in here. Inducement, price took out that liquidity. And this is still a low. Our high was barely violated here. So this was still an uptrend here, and we're looking for buys this whole time. We scaled all the way down to the 5 second to look for the opportunity for the buys. Although I believe, if you can see here, this high was never violated. So it was a little bit dangerous to look for buys here. Still, I was kind of playing with fire here. Although we touched a major demand level on the higher time frame. So we were looking for rejections. Price rejected here, as you can see. We had a chotch and a chotch here. I could have taken a buy here, but I didn't. I waited for price to give me more confirmation. Here's our entry confirmation here with a chotch below and a chotch above. So I was looking for my demand level, order block level, and then I had 1 and 2. And I had a very minuscule order block there. Waited for price to come and tag me, and we took that trade without any doubt, and then just stayed in this trade. I was targeting some very high risk to reward here. Once price reached that high over there where it says BOS right up there. Let me see what happened here. Okay, I was targeting this high here. And I took partials out here, mainly because price started to fall from here, and I should have been more smart about it to see that this high was never violated. This low is lower than this. This low is lower than this. So why in the world should I be targeting this right now, even though this low has never been broken? This high has never been broken, right? So that's just my, dumb mistake. But I did take out. Oh no, sorry, I didn't take it out of here. I got out right above. Then I thought, okay, price is going up. This is great. And I got out a little bit lower. I think like right around here when price broke back inside. Let's see where it would be. Okay, yeah. Oh, no, sorry, I didn't get out. I took this trade knowingly that price broke structure here. We saw all this inducement here. I marked out the supply, the demand level, right? Price is going up nice and sweet. until you realize, oh, okay, maybe I'm in the wrong direction, right? I got out fairly, like right there. I got out right here. And because I thought, okay, well, I know price is not going to go up based off of these lows, so why am I in this trade, right? And look what happens. Price just goes all the way down. Now, again, I'm being a little too aggressive here, although I know that I can buy here if I need to, because price didn't break this low either, these lows. So price should eventually go up. But there's no confirmation on that because we never broke this high. So we're kind of dealing with, well, we're dealing with a consolidation. We're inside a consolidation period. So I took a buy here very aggressively again, and then just held the market because I'm like, okay, well, I know the market should go up now based off of this break of structure. It broke this high. So I guess this structure, oops, there's a high and a low happening here. Price should keep going up like this, right? Eventually break above. That's what my expectation was. Because we're still at a demand level, but that doesn't give me the excuse to look for buys here just yet, because nothing has happened just yet. Took another buy here, so I held these two buys, and then I got out. I think I got out. Yeah, seeing this low here, I was waiting for this high here. I was waiting for it to break. It never gave me clear. Oh, there you go. I don't know why it's low. This. Oh, I took my trade out here. I was targeting this high, but I took it out here because it just never touched that area, even though I was still looking to touch. But then I see this reversal here. I'm like, okay, price should still continue. When price broke this low, I was like, okay, we have a charge here. But this could be just a, this could easily be a liquidity grab to push price even higher. So I stayed in it a little bit longer, and I was like, okay, this should be all right. All of a sudden, price went down. I was like, nope, get out. So I got out of these. I didn't get out of these entirely. I didn't get out of this one. I got out of this one here. So I just got out of this one and made some, took out some of the partials, right? Price tagged us in that order block. I do see a change of character here. And again, I believe, yeah, I entered this trade, obviously. Came and tagged us in. I bought it quite aggressively again. Then we see the chotch here again, and we're looking for price to come and tag us below. But never did just yet. Price was coming back. I was like, okay, here's my shot again. I could have just taken a buy here right now, but it didn't. I was waiting for a confirmation entry right here, as you can see. We had the chotch. Then this is where I would have bought. I guess I didn't buy there, which is odd enough. Oh, actually, no, that's fine, because I marked it out as liquidity. And then this is our ultimate buy here again, and I took this buy. And we held this trade until price shot up there, and I believe this is where, yeah, this is where we exited. Because anything beyond this, we didn't take. And that's what happened, guys, for this one. 14.8% on this one, 10%, and I think it was about like 5% on this one, actually. It was about 5%. And then we took 10.5, and then we broke even on this. No, we took partials on this trade down here about 4%, and then we TP'd on this one. We TP'd this one at 32.6%. So guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I know it was quite long. I hope you got learned a bit about this stuff, my analysis. I do work on getting better a lot. Please do subscribe to this channel and like and share this video. I hope it was helpful. Until then, I'll talk to you guys later.